Welcome, everybody, to It Tastes Different Gaming News. What's in the news today? Well, Nintendo, I think, just screwed a lot of game developers. All right, before we jump in now, make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notifications button, all those good buttons that help you keep up to date with everything we like to talk about, video games. So let's jump into it. The Patent Office has now granted Nintendo the summoning patent. Da-da-da-da. The controversial summoning a character patent acquired by Nintendo has raised uproar, and here's why it was allowed to happen. When you purchase, wrong part, earlier this week, with the help of a fantastic report from Games Fray, they covered the news of Nintendo securing a new U.S. patent that not only looks like part of their arsenal against Pocket Pair's Power World, but could also send shockwaves across the wider gaming industry. And of course, we're talking about the summoning other characters to fight for you in an anime or fight for you in a game, otherwise known as patent number 12,403,397. Not to be confused with the one that's plus one of that. I've been following the back and forth between Nintendo and Pocket Pair since the original lawsuit, this article states, and I don't think I've ever seen so much attention on a Nintendo patent filing, and with good reason. It's insanely broad. It's certainly not something Nintendo invented, and most people are baffled at how the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office granted it in the first place. Thankfully, amid the uproar, Florian Muller, the patent and gaming litigation expert behind Games Phrase, sat down for a podcast with Frentaga Plays to break down exactly how Nintendo managed to push the patent through the patent office, his take on the documents, and the tactics involved in facilitating listen. I didn't pronounce that word right, so read the article. I highly recommend checking out that. So, in the interview, Florian Muller says that, in his opinion, the patent shouldn't have been approved at all. He thinks it was granted. Thinks it should not have been granted. The patent office made a huge mistake. The patent wording from the start is deliberately vague. Storage medium, information processing system, information processing apparatus, and game processing method could describe virtually anything from AI systems to self-driving cars or even word processors. While Claim 1 describes a non-transitory computer-readable medium, there's a lot of big words here, storing a game program. Mueller refers to this as boilerplate, in an attempt by Nintendo to make the patent appear as a technical invention. Simply submitting a patent, this game rule would have been rejected outright, so the language is deliberately obfuscated. I didn't pronounce that word either, but I hope you know what I meant. For the patent to hold legal weight, each claim starting with Claim 1 and continuing onward must be infringed. There is no dispute over the so-called storage medium. Any video game running on a console or PC obviously satisfies that element, making the first few words essentially meaningless. The meat of the patent lies in the broader gameplay mechanics, particularly the system for summoning characters to battle. If you look at how broad the language is, this is not limited to Pokemon, for example. Performing control of moving a player character on a field in a virtual space based on a movement operation input. The real focus is on sub-characters summoned in response to player's input. A sub-character is distinct from the player character. Basically, the player presses a button, moves a joystick, and a sub-character appears. The patent even covers positioning relative to enemy characters. The combination of summoning sub-characters and positioning is what gives the patent its potential reach. That means mechanics in games like Final Fantasy could technically fall under the patent, even though they predate Pokemon style summons. Legal interpretation, Mueller notes, could be messy. Courts might debate what counts as a subcharacter or a field and whether a 2D grid would qualify as a virtual space if it's even if the game is technically different. It might still risk infringement, he warns. Yet, despite the patent's broad wording, Mueller believes the actual risk to developers is limited. Palworld will continue mostly unaffected. The broad enforcement scenario that people fear probably won't materialize, he says. Awareness, he stresses, is key. Monitoring patents and understanding prior art can help developers navigate that potential minefield. So, a lot of words being said. So essentially, Nintendo is, from what I understand, is saying they created these systems, and if you want to bring in a sub character, so let's use a Final Fantasy analogy. I bring in Ifrit, to fight alongside me in Final Fantasy, any of them. That would infringe on this patent. I don't like that at all. So I don't know how this might affect the gaming industry because it is broad. And he says that this expert guy, he doesn't seem super worried at this very juncture, but I don't know. I think Nintendo would sue themselves if they thought they were going to get a little money out of it, and if they thought they were infringing upon themselves. I mean, did you do this? I did this. Shit, I'm going to sue myself. That's what it's going to come down to. Nintendo's really sue happy. So this has got me concerned in a lot of ways because there's a lot of games that literally me and Nick were just talking about the new Digimon. This would fall exactly under what this patent describes. So, what is going to happen with Digimon? I mean, can I Digivolve now? I mean, can I make Angimon hotter? I mean, what's going on there? So let's go to Nick because Nick is our patent expert here. He patent that ass.
Yes, I know all sorts of things about patents.
Yep, Nick's a patent. What do you think?
Patent person. I don't know what to think. But what my thought is like, what in Nintendo do you summon? Because you don't summon Pokemon, you choose them, right?
Did you summon them from your ball sack?
No.
With all your Pokeballs.
Ash always says, Pikachu, I choose you, not I summon you. So you're just choosing them.
Technically, if you want to get anal retentive about wording, you are correct. Sir.
I do want to because in Final Fantasy, it is called summoning.
It is true.
But in Pokemon, it is not.
No.
It's called choosing. I mean, I don't know. Some of the later ones might have summoning, but, in the cartoon, it was choosing. Right? So, I mean, Nintendo's ridiculous. They'll just try to get away with everything. But, I don't know. They're if they would, sometimes I wish Nintendo would just focus on making good games and making good, because they make good games mostly, but they tend to, I understand protecting your intellectual properties, but at the same time, like, they're nuts about it, right? You're exactly right. If they could sue themselves, they would, right? Over their IPs and over everything. And they try to patent every word and sequence and method and, for every little thing. It's like you can't control it all. Unlike Pokemon, you can't catch all the words, okay? So some of them you're just going to have to let go and let other people use. And, I don't know. I mean, the Pokemon games, I don't know. They're some are hit and miss. The last few have not been like super great. I think the last one was right. I think people really liked the last one.
The last one I played
whatever it was
was
called.
Pokemon Snap.
I think
On
Legends was the
Nintendo.
last one I played, but they had or Arceus Legends, I think, or something like that. But they had that one that just came out not too long ago. I don't remember what it's called. They had 2 editions of it. Pokemon something Summoning Wars, I guess. I don't know. But there's too many games that use the word summoning for a lot of things, not just Final Fantasy. There's a lot of games that do that. And I agree with the lawyer guy. I don't think right now it's going to be a big issue, but
I think they're preparing for the future.
Yeah. Well, like you said, Nintendo's like sue happy. They'll sue anything and everyone. They would sue their grandma if grandma impeded on Mario's stash, right? So,
they sued Doug Bowser for having the last name Bowser, and he's their president.
He had to change his name to Doug, not Bowser, not related.
Yeah, Doug, not related Bowser.
Not related Bowser. It's just crazy. Like, and yes, it shouldn't have gotten through, but the U.S. is so upside down right now, so it doesn't surprise me that it did.
Yep. And I imagine somebody's pocket got a little cha-ching in it from this. It's very concerning to me because I really think they're prepping for the future. This way, when Final Fantasy comes out, they can say, hey, you can't say you're summoning Ifrit because we own that. Now, if you would like, you can make that game only on our system and we'll allow you to use it. Or just straight up, hey, give me some money and I'll let you use that phrase.
Or just change it to shitting.
Yeah. I shit you. No.
Ifrit.
I'm not shitting. I'm not going to shit Ifrit.
I'm shitting out of Shiva right now.
Oh, it's a twofer.
It's a twofer.
But yeah, I'm more worried about how this is going to affect the gaming industry in the future. I've got concerns all over the gaming industry right now, though. I mean, the gaming industry is a freaking disaster. But how are they going to affect things? Nintendo has sued people for music.
Yeah.
Like 3 bars of a song that sound like something in one of their games. They have sued for images that they think may have came from one of their games, but they don't know. I mean,
they sued a guy for growing a mustache.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, they sued Italy because they had a lot of Luigi's.
Any Italian plumbers?
Yeah.
You don't see Italian plumbers. There's a reason. All right.
Yep. That's why you got to go to not Italian plumbers.
Yep. .com.
No, it's stupid. Nintendo should have never been allowed this. I mean, the word summon it's such a broad use.
Right. How can you patent a word a word like summon, right? Wasn't there like a thing a while back, like someone tried to patent a very common word?
Fired. Somebody I don't want to get political, but somebody in the political spectrum tried to patent the word fired or you're fired, the phrase, something like that. Because he wanted money. And it's like, come on.
There was something else too. There was another one that tried to patent some like word, but it's too common of a word. Like it's just used for all sorts of things. Like you can't, or maybe it was a phrase as well, something similar to that.
No.
That somebody tried to patent, but it's like it's such a common phrase, you can't patent something like that.
I'm patenting the letter A. Right. So anytime it's said,
I'm patenting all the vowels.
You cheeky bastard, you. It's stupid. I mean, that would be like Schwarzenegger patenting the word choppa. It's like, really? I mean, not that he would do it, but the fact that people can take things so far and get away with it, it's ridiculous. And and what is going to happen later on down the road, that's the really scary part. I don't like where things are going, because pretty soon, I mean, look at what Nintendo did with the Switch itself. I mean, you don't own your Switch 2. You paid for the license to use the Switch 2, so they can do whatever they want. You basically have no real legal recourse on it.
Yeah.
I mean, if they break your stuff, you can't even sue. You have to go through litigation and all this other crap. I can't remember the tech term for it, but it's so lawyered up. I mean, they should have just named the Switch 2 the legal brief. I mean, it's freaking ridiculous.
It'd be shit in a Shiva.
Yeah, freaking Doug Bowser coming to my door with some paperwork. I'll be definitely dropping an F for it. I don't know. It's scary. I hate it. I think this is bullshit that they were allowed to do this. I don't know. Now, if they went in there and said, "Hey, we want to patent Pokeball. You know, we want to patent characters being captured and then released through ball form." I mean, granted, then they could sue sperm donors, but I mean, you know, at least that would be a little more. That verbiage would be tighter to what they're trying to protect, supposedly. So, but I don't think they're trying to protect anything. I think they're trying to control. I don't know. Scary, scary, scary. You got anything else?
Nope.
All right. Well, we're going to go and patent vowels and all the colors. So LGBTQ plus, those are mine now. All right. Thanks for listening.
And all the colors.
They're mine. I'm going to give him the Nick, though. He needs the colors. I need the vowels, though, because when I talk, I don't use enough. So, anyways, thanks for making it to the end here. Don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe, the notifications, and definitely give us your feedback. Love the feedback. We love to hear, people comment, question, respond. Just don't be an a-hole. But, give us, your agreements, your disagreements. We're cool with it all. Let us know if you think Nintendo took that step a little too far. And until next time, see ya.